What's good with y'all, man? How y'all doing? How y'all doing out there today, man? Let me get this camera together, y'all. Been a while since I came to you. Your boy was out of alignment of the universe, and and that's what I call when you're going through, issues and situations. No matter what it is, you out of alignment. You're not. Uh, you really don't feel like yourself, even though you are yourself. You just don't feel like it. You know what I'm saying? See, I got that Townsend drip on. Just want y'all to see that. Uh, you know, uh, like I've been expressing. Maybe 2 weeks ago, I had car issues. Um, you know, I had a 2017 Lincoln. Well, it's funny because the paperwork when I bought the car from CarMax said 2018, but the records saying 2017. It was at 50,000 miles, so that was a good steal for me. 23,000, so 400 a month. I went through I went through my credit union, which is Navy Federal, and they dropped my payment because I had them finance it. I switched it over from the bank that financed me at CarMax. I went to Navy Federal. They dropped my payment, so which was a good thing, and so it was nothing. So my payment like $300. You know what I'm saying, for a Lincoln MKZ, which I thought was a 2018 on my paperwork, but the records say 2017. So it's whatever. So I was saying I had a 2018. So anyway, 50,000 miles now. Um, 2 years I got that 50 to 100,000 because I've been going up to Townsend to see my boy once a month, and it would have been twice a month, but he like, Pops, look, I'm in college now. I don't need you showering me. And, I was like, all right, bro, let me back up. Let me fall back, let you grow up. So I think the time on the road bumped my mileage up like that because I work in Rockville. So, and I'm coming from, Charles County area. So that's a ride right there. Now you talking about an extra hour going up there. So, and we're not talking about the moving around that I do on a regular. So, it's what it is, man. Cars are made to be drove. They break down, and if you can fix them, you fix them. If not, you got to get rid of it. So that's what I wind up doing. I had to let it go. So now I got a new ride. I feel I'm back in alignment. Cause you worried about the what if. Then what make it so bad. You know, I, you know, we yesterday was crazy. We had to get up and you know, um, what we do? Oh, we had to go get the grandbaby, take her to daycare, and so once we come back, we try to take the car max, and why the car won't start up? My battery died because I got a rental. So what was wrong with the car? My engine light kept coming on. So when I put the reader on it give you the codes. I call my man, my mechanic, with I give him the codes. He say, bro, you got a head gasket on the left side. That's what the codes are saying. Two of your uh the head gasket is going bad and two pistons is misfiring. So you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that. Especially your vehicle is considered a luxury car. So they're gonna charge you luxury money at the end of the day. You know, I done had head gasket and piston work done on a Ford Explorer truck, which was like $1,000. But they gonna tap your head on any luxury car you have engine problems. Now, I recommend you keep this car if you done paying for it. But if you paying a note on it, get out of it. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. So I've been trying to schedule. So 1 week was a week to get in it to CarMax for them to run a diagnostics. They say, yeah, you have a leak somewhere, and so and your warranty just went out. That was the blower right there. I was like, okay. So with that being said, they don't even want to fix it. Whether you trying to pay them or not, it ain't their problem no more. That's how they carry it. They say, come get your car. You need to take it somewhere to address it. And they be nice about it. They don't tell you that, but that's what they basically saying. You know, they be nice about it. I give them that. They very courteous, they very welcoming, and I like the setup atmosphere. So so this is my third car from CarMax, and I 2 thumbs up. I highly recommend it. You know, they go there, they're gonna tell them make whatever you're comfortable with. Give them what you're trying to pay a month, what you're trying to spend, how many miles you want on this car, and they gonna go there, roll the decks of vehicles even before you go outside to check on any car. They gonna tell you what they suggest you should be looking at, and then it's a matter of do they have it at that point. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so now they doing something different now. They was expressing to me because I looked at 3 cars that I really like, and they say it's here, but we don't have it yet. On the computer, it say coming soon. I'm like, it's right out there. They say, well, because of the climate of the world we live in, they've been having problems when they ship these cars with excuse me, with the titles. These cars come up missing some kind of way. So it's hard to track the cars when they don't have the title. So you literally own somebody's car if they got the title. You can go and change it, put your own name on it, and ain't nothing they can do about it if they have that title. So safeguard your titles. You know, put them in a safety lock box at the bank. You know, put it up where somebody just can't come and just pick it up and then go to NBA and say, this is my car. They signed it over. Because that's how easy it can be. Not really that detailed easy, but to that degree. If they really know what they're doing, they can own your vehicle like that if they got the title. So with that being said, they ship the cars to the dealerships now. And then a week or two or a week later, they send the title with the car. So you could be out there looking at cars, they ain't got the title. So they saying it's coming soon or it's not available. So they got like 50 cars out there that are great cars ready to go, but the title haven't came yet. I was pissed. I was like, all right, man. So that's why don't get your heart set on something that you see online. You got to physically go in there and check the whole lot. I was looking at trucks and cars. I ended up getting a car, slick car, you know, a 2020. So it's 2 years old, 18,000 miles on it. And they gave me 10,000 for my Lincoln. I owe 15 on it. So they rolled that over, and it's a beautiful situation. So I'm back in alignment because now I'm not worried about my vehicle. I can get to work. I can do my business and do my running around, and I'm good. I'm back in alignment. I'm back in order. I'm back on schedule. I'm back on deck. So everything feel like it's a shift when things are not in order. I'm a systematic type of person. I like everything in order. And when something is out of alignment, it bothers me. So therefore, I'm not at ease. So now my focus is extra, and it's like I can't really think of nothing else because I don't want to because this got to be right at the end of the day. So so that's where I'm at with it, man. Got a new ride. I'm back on that. I work hard, I play hard, and that's what I do. You feel me? And thank God, I tell people when you maximize your earning potential, so when problems come about, you can address them. So I had a rental car for like a week, and so my progress of business never stopped, but it's just the point. I'm on pins and needles and extra focus about being on the road in a rental because I don't want nobody to mess that up, even if it ain't my fault. I don't want to go through the drama of paperwork and this, and that. Let me be in my own car and let me feel at ease in my surroundings. So we got that taken care of. So I'm back in alignment. You're gonna hear me say that because that's how I feel. It's like I'm out of alignment. You know what I'm saying? When things not going right, or something is shifted, something major has shifted. You know, and so we good. So anyway, like I said, the car wouldn't start, so my battery totally drained in a week of me not even driving it because I had the rental, right? So I had to jump the car, and of course it wasn't starting up. I was getting frustrated. I was like, I told my wife, call the tow truck. We tow it down there, even though that's not a good look, because they're gonna be like, we ain't giving you no money on your car, and you can't even crank it up, so we can see the mileage and all that on it. So my wife said, and I was trying to charge it with the rental car, which is a mid-size. I had a Chevy Malibu, and she was like, "All right, let me get the truck. Let's try to charge it from the truck. It's more power." I don't think it made a difference, but it did start up when we put the jumper cables on the truck. So maybe all in all, between both cars, the time that it took for the battery to charge back up, it charged up. So that's what I really think happened. But it just made it seem like soon as I put the cables on the truck, we revved it, it came right on. But it could have been previous though from the car and the extra boost, so it was gonna start up anyway. That's what I'm trying to get to. But either or, that's here there. That junk cranked up and everything was functioning. So I hurried up and got it down there. They was in and out. Shout out to Robert Jones, the car salesman. He was retired DC PD, and so he held me down. I was trying to switch my tags from the other car. He got me new tags for the new car, so he misinterpreted me obviously because I said, "What about the tags?" I meant you want to switch them over. He went. He said, "I got you." He went and got me new tag. So I ain't mad about that. New car, new tags. So let's do that. You got new tags. No, you got a new car, you got new tags. So new beginning. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Switch it up. Change is not bad all the time. And the fact that you put new plates on it. I never wanted paper tags. I guess you get paper tags when you don't have plates to switch over. But I would have been cool with taking the old plates and switch them over, you know. So I guess that's easier than okay. You got to go to NBA, but I thought they could do all that. But anyway, it don't matter. It don't matter. Anyway, it's what it is, man. Um, but we on deck now. We back in alignment. We back to business. We back to normal, and that's the way I like to keep things simple. You know, I don't like to be all extravagant because that's not who I am. I'm the dude in the background, and I'm observing everything. I ain't gotta be out front. Hey, look at me! Look at me! I ain't that dude. I ain't that dude. You know, I'm the background dude. I'm in the back and I'm scoping. You know, so I'm analyzing everybody and everything about the surroundings because that's how my mind works and operate. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it is what it is. That's the way God designed me. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm a person that analyze. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just being, I consider myself to be an extrovert because I like to be around people. I like to be in the mix. But being in the mix, I kind of take a background approach to observe my scene, check the scene out, analyze who I'm around, what I'm around. I'm that kind of person, you know what I'm saying? In the midst of me doing whatever it is I'm doing, having a good time, or I'm just being about business, I'm just always on alert. Like Steve Harvey say, ready, set, stay ready, set. So when it's time to go, time to act, you already in mode. So that's how I carry it, at the end of the day. So, thank God we back on that, you know, and everybody that don't believe in God, keep your ideas to yourself and your comments to yourself, because I do believe there is an almighty God. And because I can't see him or hear him or talk to him, you can't tell me that it's not a higher authority, a higher power that exists. It could be spiritually, it could be energy, however it is. you know Things I go through, I know I'm not getting through it by myself, from the little things to the big things. So there is a higher authority, a higher power, and I believe his name is God, Lord Jesus Christ, and whatnot. So I just feel like if people disrespecting God, I be liable to smack you or punch you in your mouth or something. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, don't play with God like that. You know what I'm saying? I almost lost my life a few times. And I know God saved me. Man didn't save me. God saved me. Okay. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm 52 now. I shouldn't be here, but I know why I'm here. And who's responsible for it is God at the end of the day. Not no man, not me, not nobody I was around. God spared me. Okay? Not one time, but more than a few times. Okay? And I'm going to leave it at that. Let's switch it, man. Let's go into something else. All right, if you looked at the title, I'm highlighting, I work with a gentleman named Kenneth Shaw, retired Air Force. Military veteran, and um, you know, uh, uh, worked at the Pentagon, and he's so, you know, he's so much of a gentleman, and he's an honorable man. I call him the general, so I address him as General Shaw. and we were just talking about the generals he encountered, and he broke down the levels of generals. He said the brigadier general is the first star, a two-star general is a major general, a third-star general, a three-star general is a lieutenant colonel general. Then you have general, and then a five-star general. A four-star general is just acknowledged as a general. And then he told me what's their roles. But a five-star general is a wartime general operating in a war. Like if we go to war with Russia right now or anybody, a five-star general is going to be conducting this war. Like General Schwarzkopf back in the, I want to say the Iraq War back in the day in 1998. My mentor Nestor Holmes did the security detail securing this general when he was in the military, probably early 80s, you know. But uh, he told me that story around that time though, so that's why I referenced that timeline when we was at war with Iraq trying to get Saddam Hussein. So, but General Shaw was telling me that he met Mr. Charles Mcgee, and I think he's a resident in the D.C. area or Waldorf area, Charles County area. He's 100 years old. I don't think he passed, so he might be 101 and two right now. But he is a Tuskegee airman from that timeline in that era and whatnot. But before we get into that, because I'm gonna close it with that, because I took up all the time talking about my car. But we probably not gonna get to Ray Parker Jr. But happy birthday to Ray Parker Jr. and he's 61. No, he's 68. Let me. Oh man, I done deleted the picture of him. Hold on, I can pull it up. Okay. Actually, no, I can do this. Let me just get to him right now, and then I'll close it out with the general. Let's do that. Look at that. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back on my square. I was off my square for a minute, for 2 weeks, but I'm back now. You know what I'm saying? You know. Yeah. All right, Mr. Ghostbuster himself is 68. Ray Parker Jr., y'all. I'm in love with the other woman, you know. Hits for days back in the day. That's what he looked like now. You know, this what he looked like back in the day. You know what I'm saying? All the ladies was on him, you know, Ray Parker, you know, Jr. Yeah, you know, been taking care of himself over the years. You know what I'm saying? Still look good for his age as an elder man. And that's what I strive to do far as being in tune with my health and taking care of my body and whatnot, you know, and I'm getting there. I'm getting there. You see your boy getting tight, you know what I'm saying? You know. Um I mention all the time I'm a type 2 diabetic, so it ain't that I want to, is that I got to. If I wanna see my grandbabies, you know, and see them grow up, you know. So I gotta start now getting my body back where it need to be, where I can sustain and see my years. I want my 100 years. I believe God want me to live 100 plus years, but I gotta want to live 100 plus years. You feel me? You know. So yeah. All right. So let's go into it. Do a woman have a right to say she want an abortion? What you think about that? You know what I'm saying? The Roe versus Wade, the whole fiasco about how these senators in the court is trying to abolish abortion. And this has been an ongoing battle for a long time. I just feel like, so what's gonna come next? Do a man have a right to a vasectomy? Say like, I don't want no more kids, so I don't have a right to say I don't want no more kids. And if I want a vasectomy, you know, what you mean? The court's going to rule against that, saying you can't get a vasectomy? Because that's the same thing. You realize men give life to the egg, right? The egg is just an egg until the stem, the sperm attached to it. So what they're saying to me in my mind, if I can abolish abortion, then I can tell the men too, you're not allowed to get a vasectomy, if I'm saying that word right. So that's what that means to me. So I don't want nobody telling me nothing about what I can't do. So I'm siding with the women that's saying it's my right, it's my body. When you tell a woman to tie her tubes, she has a right to say to you, get a vasectomy. So you can't sanction that on your woman or that woman if you're not trying to get a vasectomy, because now you're cutting off her birth line. So now she has that same right. Like Neo is not depicted in a good light right now because his wife, he gave her two babies and told her get her tubes tied. Okay, you cut off her birth line, and I heard they can redirect it, but I don't know if that's possible or not. But it was said that they can redirect it, but um, you know, I don't know. If you got money, they can probably do almost anything, if you got the money. So, um, but if you don't, it's pretty much a wrap, you know. Um, but Neo, and I don't even have to say allegedly, this been in the news and been a situation if you Google it. So I will say allegedly to protect myself and my channel. Anyway, him and this lady, his wife, his ex-wife, they break up. He move on. He goes and have another child with another woman. Now this lady moves on. She meet a new man, and this man don't have kids. She want to give this man his own baby, and she can't because he convinced her to get her tubes tied. So I think she was trying to take him to court for that. I don't know if he won or if she won or not, because the court's gonna be like, well, you made that decision. You didn't have to do it because he asked you to, So I don't think she's gonna win that, unless he admit to it and he feel guilty about it. Then they might say, well, do you feel guilty enough to compensate her? So I don't know. Anyway, so that's my take on it. I don't want nobody telling me that I have to get a vasectomy or I can't get one. So a woman should have the right to have an abortion if she want one. You know what I'm saying? It's along the same lines. You know what I'm saying? So it's about control of the person. I don't believe it's about the birth of a child. It's about the control, So I'm going to control you first. Then it becomes about the child. So if you following me, you understand what I'm saying. So all right, let's get off of that. Let's get into General Charles Mcgee. Let's get some. All right, let's read his profile. It's very impressive. Brigadier General Charles Edward McGee, December 7, 1919, January 16th, 2022, was an American fighter pilot who was one of the first African American aviators in the United States military and one of the last living members of the Tuskegee Airmen. McGee first began his career in World War II, flying with the Tuskegee Airmen, an all African American military pilot group at a time of segregation in the armed forces. His military aviation career lasted 30 years, in which McGee flew 400, excuse me, 409 missions, combat missions in World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War. 3 wars, okay? This man is heavy. Respect. Put some respect on his name. And he died this year. Died January 16, 2022, at the age of 102. Stop playing with this man. All right? For his service, General McGee received the Distinguished Flying Cross with 2 oak leaf clusters and the Bronze Star Medal, along with many other military honors in 2007. As a member of the Tuskegee Airmen, McGee received the Congressional Gold Medal in 2011. He was inducted into the National Aviation Hall of Fame, and that was in February 2020. So that was 2 years ago. Was promoted from colonel to brigadier general. Okay, so General Shaw, the gentleman that I work with, I address him as General Shaw. He said he broke it down to me that a colonel is the highest level of rank, and then it goes into general, and is 5 levels of a general: brigadier, uh, what is it? Major general, lieutenant general, general, which is a 4 star, and 5 star general. So it's 5 levels of a general, and a colonel is the highest ranking before you get to a general status. So yeah, so he broke that down to me. So I appreciate that history and whatnot. Um, you know, years of service from 1942 to 1973. Colonel ranked to brigadier general, promoted 2020. Unit 332nd Fighter Group, Tuskegee Airmen Command, 16th Tactical Reconnaissance Squadron, World War II, Korean War, Vietnam War. This man been in 3 wars. Stop playing with this man. You hear me? Legion of Merit, Distinguished Flying Cross, Bronze Star Medal. These are his awards. Air Medal, Congressional Gold Medal with all other Tuskegee Airmen. This is one of our own right here. All right, let's get into Charles McGee. Okay, General Charles McGee was born in Cleveland, Ohio, in December 7, 1919, to Louis and Ruth Elizabeth McGee. His grandfather was formerly enslaved and his father served as a military chaplain in World War One. And during the Battle of the Bulge in the Second World War, Lewis was also at various times a teacher, social worker, African Methodist Episcopal minister, ultimately a Unitarian minister, and one of the first African American as such, and later an activist during the civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s. The family frequently moved during Charles' childhood. He had two siblings, his older brother Louis and younger sister Ruth. His mother died shortly after his sister was born. As a child, General McGee was a member of the Boy Scouts of America and earned the Eagle Scout Award on August 9th, 1940. He later served in distinct and reasonable position in the Boy Scouts. At the 2020 National Scout Jamboree, he was recognized with the Distinguished Eagle Scout Award. General McGee met Salem Baptist Church member Francis Nielsen in 1942 in April. They were married at her home by his father on October 17, 1942. They had three children, Charles, Ronald, and Yvonne. 2 days after their wedding, he was sworn in as an aviation cadet. All right. Okay. All right. Let's get to where General McGee lived because I think he lived in this area. Okay. Where did General McGee live and reside before he died? Oh, okay. I got it. Okay, he did live here in this area. General McGee, a longtime resident of Bethesda, Maryland, flew 409 combat missions and conflicts with World War II and Vietnam. His plane was hit by enemy fire twice during the Korean conflict, and again years later near Laos, both times on his right wing. All right. He was called to service in 1942 at the age of 23 and became one of the first black military aviators known as the Tuskegee Airman. And he is the longest living Tuskegee Airman to this day, you know, where he was. So he just died this year, y'all. We just lost this man. Let's get some visuals, man. I done broke down, now let's get some imagery of General. You know, it's a Dr. Charles Mcgee as well, but we want the General. You know what I'm saying? You know, and he's a Caucasian brother. We want the black brother. You know, the military hero. So that's General Mcgee right there. General Brigadier General Mcgee, Charles Mcgee. You know what I'm saying? That's my man right there. One of the first black aviator pilots. He served in World War II, Korea War, and Vietnam. His plane was hit twice on the right side. I don't know if it went down or he made it back to base, but he survived both hits. You know what I'm saying? A true warrior. Handsome man, too. You know what I'm saying? You know, handsome and fierce. You hear me? Survived two attacks in the air and made it back. Put some respect on this man's name and stop playing. I ain't hear nothing about this guy in school. So that's the importance of HBCUs and channels like my channel, Streets Finest. People like Tom Joyner. We're going to keep Black History 365 days a year. It ain't just in February. Stop playing. We got you.